So in this adventure, I'm spending a few days looking for moose with my friends Braden, Kevin, Joe, and Cam. We actually won an LEH this year, which is a limited entry hunt to shoot 2 bull moose. Wish us luck. We just spotted a nice little black bear on the side of the road, but it was a nice brown phase black bear. It looked pretty cool. And Cam's just unlocking his rifle just in case we see a buck. It would be pretty sad if we didn't have a rifle ready. So we tried our first 2 campsites. It's a bit of a bust. We've got something else in mind. We're gonna go check that out now. Fourth spot's the charm. We found something. I think this will work. I probably won't be able to show you much of our camp setup, but in the morning I'll give you the grand tour.
You got 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. Okay. Sleeping bags, rifles, what else is coming here? Anything else?
It's bedtime. Camp's set up. Cam, Kevin, and I are staying in a little canvas tent here. Kevin just got the fireplace going. Christmas lights are up. A little early, but that's all right. Tomorrow we do some scouting. See you in the morning. It's about 6. We haven't really seen what it looks like around our camp, so I think we're just gonna walk right out of camp just for the morning before breakfast. Well, I decided to walk back to camp and grab my truck because I couldn't really see much. I was just walking on roads and tall trees on either sides, no open cuts or anything like that. I found a little side road here off the main road. The main road's just back up here. I'm just gonna go for a walk up here. On satellite maps, it looks like it's an opening, so pretty good deer tracks here. I'm just like 5 feet from the truck. I just bumped across. It's in a tree over here. It's about to flush. I'm gonna head back to camp and talk with the boys. So all we've really done is e-scouted the area, right? So we just look on satellite maps and like this stuff has, you know, what is that? A 20-foot tree. But on maps it looks like barren ground. So I don't know if it's old data or it just doesn't show. But we need to go talk to the group and see if we can find some open land where we're actually going to be able to see some stuff. Because I don't think this is going to work for looking for moose.
I want to go into the truck.
All right, we're leaving camp. Joe's gonna go sight his rifle in, and then the 4 of us, myself, Kevin, Cam, and Braden, we're gonna go scout. We're at a bit of an elevation right here where we parked the truck. This is sort of like the best thing we found yet for maybe call from up on this hill. See if we can pull anything from out of here later on. No, we're just gonna walk it. We don't want to blow it all out. Pretty old, dry. This spot's got potential. It's probably the best viewable distance we've seen yet. Just kind of stopped at like a fork and a sharp turn. Bear sign here. We got deer tracks here. We got deer tracks over here. And there's big moose tracks over there. Right here. Let's see how big that is. This is I think it's a cow calf coming through though. You can see in this one pretty clear. Big print here, and then a smaller print here. The calf will try to step in the mother's footprints. This spot's a little more wet, but there is some moose tracks in here. Another potential spot to glass up some moose. Yeah, the main goal for today is scouting. We have basically 2 days of scouting before our limited entry hunt starts. We start October 1st. Scouting as much as we can. Driving around, trying to see things and trying to find sign and find primarily like open areas where we can see a whole bunch of area so we can make moose calls and hopefully call a moose into that open area. So now we can't shoot a moose for a couple days, but we can shoot mule deer. However, the mule deer need to have 4 points on at least one side, not counting the brow tine. So it's like a small deer coming through here, pretty fresh.
Little bear paw.
We're gonna sight some rifles in, make sure we're all good to go. We all upped our grain size for moose, so.
Dead on.
Oh, not too bad. I think we're sorted out. This is me shooting my 270. That's Cam with his 30-06. That's Kevin with his 30-06, and this is Kevin with his 270. But he's going to be using that anyway. And Braden's going to throw a fresh one up for his Lee Enfield. He got him.
Nice.
Oh,
Country chickens.
you christened my new shotgun, did you?
I did.
There you go. There's some kind of big ponds down here with some marshy areas around it, so we're hoping to be a bit of an opening. Could be a potential spot to sit and wait for moose. Ducks. Thanks for whoever's canoe this is.
I'll put the clean one in. How about that?
All right, back at camp, and as promised, you get the tour in the daylight. This is our tent. This is where Kevin, Cam, and I are staying. Canvas awning. 3 cots. And a wood stove. It actually got really cold last night. We weren't expecting it at all. Like, we were all kind of just not ready for that. Cam nearly froze to death, so we're gonna bundle him up tonight. What the heck is this weather, man? Croissant, cheese, salami, and of course chicken ichiban. We're going to bed. Day 2 of scouting. We're gonna head out looking for more spots to look for moose. All 5 are gonna pile in this Nissan Frontier. Hopefully we fit. Just found our first spur. We were hoping to be able to drive up here a little farther, but I think we're just gonna walk up here. There should be a cut. There's definitely moose tracks here. Small blueberries, but I'll have a couple. Ooh, they're frozen. The slushy. There's some old sign, but the cut's not as open as we. So look what it looks like on the map here. It's like a gray patch. Yeah, it looks like a fresh cut, but it's got 8-foot trees in it. Our satellite maps are not the best. It's showing these roads as like cut, really, kind of gray beige color on the maps, which usually means like you can drive through or be easy to walk through. But then you get to the cut and it's got huge trees, like up to 12 feet tall and stuff, so not the easiest spot to actually visually see stuff. kind of these little marshy areas. It's going to give us an area we can actually view. That's a good sign there. The size of these things. Predator scat. You see a little bit of hair in it, some bones. I think it's probably coyote, if I had to guess. Yeah, those marshy areas might just work. We're seeing a decent sign there. We've got some coming up here on this road, so we're gonna check those out. Hunt the edges for like kind of fresh sign. And then if we can use those in the early mornings to sit and call on the bank of one and hopefully get something to come out. That's a nice deer track there. It's pretty fresh looking too. You can see the dew claws on it. Usually when you can see that, it's a buck, but it's frozen, so it's probably from the night before. More moose sign here. Come here. This could be a good spot. You see the boys coming up here now, but these trees are actually thin enough that you'd be able to see something moving through there, I think. And down in that bottom where those darker trees are, there's a little swamp, so mark this down as a potential. Looks like I found another little spot here. Not too bad. I just got a smell of something. I think like it's really smells like a barnyard. That kind of smell. We're about getting in the point of the rut where these things should be pretty stinky, so there's a good chance we gotta pull over there somewhere. Yeah, I'm just marking all these things as little pink marks on my map. It's a potential. Found another great spot here up on a hill over where those dark trees are. There's a nice little marsh area. And then down there's another marsh area. I can see all into here. Should be able to hear in here. Another good potential spot. Everywhere we look, there's sign on the road. Every single time we get out of the truck, there's sign. All right, we scouted a little bit. We kind of came back to camp for lunch. Making some plans of, we gotta do some fuel runs and stuff like that.
I like that Joe's had lots of signs.
This time, we're just off the main actual paved road, but we're gonna walk in, try to see if we can see into this valley down here. I just spotted a grouse as we're walking here. Brain's gonna see if he can flush him. That was a fun little walk. Back in the truck. Alright, we're back at camp for the night. We found a few more spots we like. Once Kevin's back, we'll have a meeting, decide where we're gonna go first thing. We'll probably split into groups of 2. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, it's 4:30 in the morning and the hunt's officially starting. Today is October 1st. Deer is open and moose is open. Alright, all 5 of us are here. We've got 2 spots picked out. In our spot, waiting. It's just about sunrise. We're waiting for the first birds to chirp before we do any calls. It's about 8:30. The guys are gonna stay here, and I'm gonna go off to our original plan A. That's a nice scat pile there. Pretty big. More chocolate eggs. Moose tracks here, clear as day, going through the mud. There's a big open marsh down the bottom of this hill. A little bit of sign here. More sign here. keep going down towards that marsh slowly. I'm sitting on a game trail that comes up from a marsh. There's definitely some hoof prints right here. Let's hope they answer some calls. I just let out a pretty good call. I'm just gonna hold here for a little while. Maybe 15-20 minutes and then call again. Lots of tracks and stuff leading in here. There's some fresh sign there. It's all been rained on really hard. I know what elk scat looks like. And that looks more like elk scat than it does moose scat. I should have probably done some research to learn if elk and caribou are even in this region. That looks pretty fresh too. I just walked to the end of the marsh here. I think it's safe to say that tree's been rubbed pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice rub there. Now, is it moose? It's pretty low. This might be a bed here. Pretty sure this is a bed. Here we go, more moose sign. We're on the right track here. This is a pretty nice cut. The trees are small. You can see a lot. There's a small road here, overgrown. Just walk that and look for sign. If I see some sign, maybe I'll call, sit, wait. See if we can pull anything from up maybe that dark tree line there. Some predator decides to poop right on top. Got dominance issues around here. It's been eating blueberries. Look how blue his scat is. They say the meat will taste like blueberries. We saw the two bears on the main road driving, but we haven't seen any in like cuts like this yet. Surprises me a bit. And lots of bear sign everywhere we go. That's some pretty fresh blueberry bear. It is a monster bear pile. All right, I just got the boys on the radio. Sounds like they're all heading for the truck, so I'm gonna do the same.
How'd it go?
What'd you see? Nothing.
What'd you hear?
Nothing.
We found this marsh that was really cool.
We're at some cafe basically in the middle of nowhere, getting some fuel. We're gonna go check a few things out. Potentially, we've been throwing around the idea of moving camp, so we'll see what happens here. This might be the thumbnail bird. Well, we went for a big drive, and now we're just kind of stopping at different lakes and stuff and having a look. This land might have some cows on it. Everything in this area is grazing licenses, so they don't have exclusive rights to the land, which is good for us, which means we can still hunt.
Could have been a, Digimon could stand for digital monitor, for all I know.
Back up a touch. He's slipping into the woods a bit. He's right there.
That's God.
Our scouting this afternoon didn't go really that great. We didn't really find anywhere. And then we just tried to hunt this little cut block for the last little bit of light, and didn't really turn out to be anything special. So we're gonna head back to camp, have some dinner, and head to bed. Up and early tomorrow morning, probably 4:30 in the morning again, and then out to our spots for first light. See you in the morning. We're just about to get rolling here. Gonna go north, and then that spot I found with the bedding and the rubs. Just gonna sit south of that, I think. Hopefully if wind is right, and see if I can call something out of its bed. They're calling the other one here. There's one over here, and then there's some over here. They're calling back and forth. Pretty sure that's Coyote. We're in our spot. It's not as good as we wanted because the wind's a little bit screwy. Cam's here with me. Okay, lights are going off and we're waiting for sunrise. Those freaking coyotes. We were just hearing a sound. Then that got the coyotes going again. It's been a weird morning. Curious about that grunting noise. The birds are just getting started. I think we're gonna move a little bit. We haven't been hearing anything since that last coyote call. Really curious about that grunt we heard earlier. Basically followed this valley. At least we got to hear a few noises today, so that was interesting. Not quite as quiet as yesterday. We're gonna walk back to the truck. I think we got good wind for calling on the way back to the truck. And then Cam and I are gonna go check out some new territory. See what we can find. We really haven't found fresh sign yet, so we're gonna head back, hit camp, talk with the guys if anyone's still there, and then a new plan to go explore some new areas. So yeah, Joe found this moose shed yesterday. Pretty nice one. It was actually where we were glassing yesterday morning. That's where we found it. Pretty cool. Looks like something's been gnawing on it. Alright, we're back onto some logging roads. We actually just met another hunting group. They said they've been seeing some cows, but no bulls yet. They've also got the LEH for the area. Oh, we're checking out some cuts. It's pretty windy. Unfortunately, wind's on our back on this cut. Out for a little walk again. Another cut. Big open cut here. Got some pretty short shrubbery in there, so if anything's walking through there, we should be able to see it. Got a grouse on the road here. I'm probably gonna flush him, but see if I can get him. You going? It's quite a clear cut here. It'd be pretty easy probably to catch something traveling through here. We're actually getting a bit of snow. This is a pretty crazy spot. There's like, all of this is open. And there's more beyond that hill, but not a huge shrubbery anywhere. And then in the middle of the marsh, there's a river. I mean, potential for seeing very far. Well, it's a great viewing spot. I'm not super confident in it just because I haven't seen any sign here yet. So we're going to push down into it a little bit, see if we can find some sign. You'll generally find game trails along the edge, usually where like things change from big trees to little trees, or edge of a marsh, or edge of whatever. I haven't seen any sign on it yet, but there's definitely a trail here. It's pretty soupy. Oh yeah. This is huge. Humongous. I think if we saw something, we'd probably have to call it over. There's a lot of footprints and stuff along here. That runny poop. That runny poop poop. To me, it looks like elk sign. Back to the truck. Here we go. So, I mean, I'm really impressed with the vastness of it. Like, you can't really see over this hill, but it's crazy. You can see so much. We both went different directions, and neither of us saw any moose droppings. We saw some of that wet stuff that looks like elk or maybe caribou. I don't know. We haven't quite gotten to the bottom of that. If I see locals again, I'm going to ask them if elk and caribou are in this region. That way I can verify what's going on there. Yeah. Seems really stupid that I haven't gotten to the bottom of that, or didn't get to the bottom of that before I even got out here, but started asking our group and everyone's like, I don't know. Well, I'm just looking at the LEH pamphlet and there is no elk LEH in 513. Now, that doesn't mean there's no elk here. That could mean that there's not enough elk here to have an LEH. The way we signed up for LEH, we did as a group. So 4 of us signed up, which increases our odds. All it takes is for one person to make the draw, and then all 4 of us get the draw to share 2 moose. So there's a grouse on the road way up ahead. I'm gonna try to get it with my 12 gauge.
So you landed. You hand cleaning out, or you got it?
I should be good.
Okay.
Hello, Braden. Welcome. We managed to pick up Braden on our radio from like 20k away, so he found us. We're just heading to our final glassing spot. We saw a bear again on the road. I think we've seen a bear every single day we've been here. So unless we see a bull on the way back to the truck, that's it for tonight. We're gonna head back to camp, make a plan for tomorrow morning. Oh, good morning. We're actually decided to move camp last night. Kevin came back and he saw some good sign, and we think we're sort of in the wrong quadrant of where we should be for our zone here. So we are hustling to pack this tent up, and we're gonna get moving.
Boots on. Start throwing some of my stuff in the back.
So that's it. Camp's pretty much packed up. A little bit of garbage and stuff, but beyond that, we're good to go. Boys are stopping up ahead.
Moose.
Well, sure enough, we're just leaving camp, and Kevin bumps a bull moose. There we go. Just had our first moose sighting. Kevin saw it. He said a bull moose just ran into the woods on the right. Luckily for us, there's a little road off to the right here. This road's parallel to the one we just bumped the moose on. Hopefully it'll pop out on this road eventually. Moose was seen here. We're walking around here and gonna come up here, and hopefully we can see into this cut. The wind's okay too. I'm just walking super slow down this road. I'm putting an arrow here so Kevin knows I went this way. I'm about 400 meters from where we spotted him. Stood there for a little while. I did 2 really light calls, one kind of medium call, but I heard nothing. I have no radio comms with the other guys, so I'm gonna go find Kevin. I know he's got a radio. So it looks like Kevin's come by and changed my arrow to face that way. And I just changed it to an X. I found Kevin. Looks like he's still hunting this road. Alright, I don't think we're gonna find this bull. Maybe it was just traveling through. We don't really know.
So I would have crossed his trail somewhere, but I don't know which one it was. And
Do you think he's like hanging out there, or do you think he's just traveling through, judged on the sign you see here?
I didn't see a lot of sign. I saw one pile, that was it.
We didn't really find much sign that led us to believe that that bull was hanging out there. More than likely it was just passing through, and unfortunately we bumped it with the truck, so there's not much we can do. Heading to our new camp. It's about an hour away. We just had three mule deer run out in front of us. It looked like they were all does from what I could tell. We were just hoping a buck was going to be the 4th one. It just went 1, 2, 3. Then we kind of stopped quick enough that we were hoping that buck would probably run out in front of that, but nope, didn't happen. All right, we're rolling into where our new camp should be. Hopefully there's room for us. This one's actually a wreck site instead of just crown land, so we might get the luxury of an outhouse.
All right, our new camp.
Leftover.
Meat pole included, which is sweet. Brady, you can take some lessons on this one.
Braden was building a shoddy meat pole earlier, and we had some points of tension between the group on it.
Got it. One, out, down.
Yeah.
Wait.
Just we're gonna tent set up, and we got a crazy wind off this lake here. Pretty big lake. Managed to build camp with only a couple minor verbal arguments.
Today's Thursday, so maybe tomorrow night we'll probably see a lot more hunters come in. But look at this, we have an outhouse. Heck yeah. Oh, and there's teepee in here. Still no sign of Joe. I think he went to town to get gas and groceries. Braden, myself, and Cam over there, we're gonna head out in the truck, and we've got a spot picked out on the map. Alright. Braden needs somebody with boots to recover his grouse for him.
You see that?
Should have brought Dixie.
You see that mound?
Yeah. Braden just shot 2 grouse, but he needed me to recover one. There we go. This is a beautiful bird. I think that's a ruffed, I'm pretty sure. There's a slight little like pond, marsh type area south of this spur, so. Nice little marshy area here. And then we've also found what appears to be a bed, I believe. We just did a couple calls, no response at all. This little footprint right there. A little bed there. Another one here. Now what I'm looking for is if there's any rubs nearby. Looks like somebody got a moose here. I'm expecting to see a pile here shortly. We found where that moose was shot. It's just over there by Cam. You can see they cut an ATV trail here. Just looking for sign, looking for sign. Alright. Look at this. I think I know where the moose was shot from. Found a little cut here. We're gonna glass this for a while. Cam's over there. See his blaze orange. Getting a little bit of a different perspective. Braden's here with me. We'll sit here until sunset, until we can't see anymore, and then it's back to camp. Alright, we're back to camp. We didn't end up seeing anything tonight, but we'll try again in the morning. We're going to have our little meeting, have some dinner, and then talk about what everyone's going to do tomorrow. See you in the morning. Alright, new morning. Just been calling a little bit once the birds started chirping. Good. Grouse. Right there. Thinks we don't see him. We got enough grouse for now. Back paw of a Wolverine, front paw of a Wolverine. I don't see a lot of sign. I saw some hoofprints down there in the lower section, but.
Two bull moose this morning at 6:40 on the main road.
On the main road. Cam, it's Matt. Can you hear me? What's your approximate location?
We are northeast.
Roger. We'll get on the net in a little while. Off the net, over. Alright, we just got a hold of Cam. He's with Braden this morning, and on their way out, they bumped 2 bulls on the main road. So we're gonna head back to Kevin's truck and then probably head over to that area. Probably a K back to the truck. There's a grouse on the road way up here. Sure, why not? Chocolate croissant. Oh, there's like jam or something here. pretty uneventful. Saw Grouse
That sucks.
twice.
It was either one cow or two cows were calling for him in here.
Oh yeah.
So they're here somewhere.
All right, we met the boys. They gave us the stories of what they saw. Basically, they were driving down what we would call the main, like a main logging road, and they saw a bull on either side of the road facing each other. So probably ready to spar, they think, and basically spooked them both with the trucks. So they've just been working this area for about 2 hours or so. All right, out of the truck again. We're heading north on a little logging road here that's pretty much deactivated. Thought I just heard a trot. End of the road here. Just sitting here calling. There's a big lake down here. 2 marshes down here. Well, that was a fairly long walk. A couple marshes, a lake, all kinds of stuff. We did really slow movements and calling lightly. A little bit of louder calling and nothing. Big tracks too. Going this way. And they sort of disappear here. The tracks going this way. I don't know if we got 2 different moose. And the alternative go down here maybe? I think I just had a bull encounter. We were following those tracks and then calling and moving. Calling, waiting, moving a little bit. And then I just hear a coming towards me, breaking branches. And then it turned and went the other way, and I could hear it going away from me and fading away. We're just trying to make a plan of what we can do with this situation. It sounded like it was where we had already been, so it might have smelled us and just booked it. Well, that was exciting. Got my heart racing for sure. There's a lot of sign in this area. The road's pretty muddy, so it holds the tracks really well. There's a lake down here. Right down there. And you could see way down this road pretty good. Tracks all up and down this road. And then the road that turned onto this road is down that way. Tracks down there, tracks on here. And there's another one that goes to the right. It's all got tracks on it too. So I think this is gonna be our spot tomorrow. We're gonna walk back to the truck slowly. He's looking at us. I think it's a cow. Is it a cow? It's a cow. We got a cow on the road right in front of us. We can watch for a while. Maybe a bull will come out following.
We're gonna sit and wait. She's just staring at us, not moving at all.
She walked off the left side of the road, I think. She kind of sauntered off slowly. I might go down there and use her scent a little bit. If she has a bull behind her, then maybe I can just get in position for a bull to cross the road here. I saw those tall legs. I thought for sure that was a bull. She was really dark. It's a little bit wet, so usually the cows are a little lighter than the bulls in my experience. And I saw how dark she was. I thought for sure it was a bull, but I couldn't see any horns. I tried to get my scope on it. It had a little bit of water spots on it. Then I pulled up the binos and yeah, couldn't find any horns at all. So unfortunately, no bull for us tonight. Not yet anyway. I'm just gonna keep walking this road. I mean, it gives me a better chance of seeing a bull on the road anyway. Alrighty, back at camp. Braden's been working hard on some chili, so we're all gonna have some of that, and then we'll probably have our meeting, talk about what we're gonna do tomorrow morning. You probably can't see anything, but I'm sitting on a hill. It's about 6:15 in the morning. Technically, I could shoot now, but I couldn't identify a target right now unless it walked right in front of me. That's where the boys saw the bulls down there. I'm gonna wait here until it lightens up. I just had a truck drive by. A little bit unfortunate, but that's what happens when you're on the road. Shot a cow call that way, and now the coyotes are going nuts. 8 o'clock now. We're just walking a road. Lots of tracks on this road, old and new. Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to take the head. Kind of weird that they don't. Yeah, I guess they don't have to do the compulsory inspection and all that. I'd be happy to see a moose like that. 2 grouse right here. Last night I think I heard a cow call me back when I did a cow call, so I'm walking up to that marsh now. I'm kind of in where I heard that cow call me back last night. There's a little bit of the chocolate eggs on the ground here. This is definitely used by moose. Kevin and Cam are way down at the end of this road. So Joe and I are gonna drive a little ways until we get to what we call the Moose Highway, where we saw a ton of tracks yesterday. So we're gonna park there and then walk all the way into the guys, and I think they're glassing a cut at the end. This is the same road we saw the cow on last night. So as of today, we've officially been here a week. 4 days of hunting, 2 days of scouting. Pretty solid hunting. Hopefully we'll get one soon. Tracks here. Quite a few tracks around here. This looks like a bedding area. We're about to run into Cam and Kevin on this road shortly. I found the boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's your zone for days and days.
Yeah. We drove a little farther. Got some spurs to explore. Come on, moose. Where are you? Not much sign up here. I think I'm gonna turn around. No, it's Braden.
Braden and Joe?
And Joe, I think. Yeah.
Perfect. Good timing.
Alright, we're kind of in the area where the boys saw the 2 bull moose. We've all come back here and we're all kind of spread out in that area. The more air ground we cover, the more chance we are to see some moose, but we risk spreading our scent. So everybody's sort of picked a spot. We're all kind of in the same general area. Lots of beds over here. Just been calling into this marsh here, hoping something would stand up from its bed, but no luck. Lots of chocolate eggs down here. More chocolate eggs down here. There's a bunch of moose sign right here, so I'm gonna keep following this. Just been calling into it, hoping something stands up. That's pretty fresh. That squirrel's like doomsday prepping. Hello, Grouse. I have to assume that's a bed. Looks like there's another one over there. Get one of these marshes and something's actually in its bed. I give it a little cow call, they'll probably stand up, but I gotta find one in its bed. Lovely. So Kevin's down there somewhere. He heard my calls. I'm actually gonna head down there too. Yeah, walking through deadfall is the worst and probably the most dangerous. I think it's Kevin though.
Yeah, that's your calling. I just responded.
Roger, I think you're about 100 meters to my north. I just spotted Kevin. Gave him a wave so he doesn't shoot me. There's all the chocolate eggs there. Those are big ones. Freshest I've seen yet. We're finally out of that marsh. Holy cow, we might have bit off more than we could chew there. This cut's not even on my map, so I'm trying to find a road here. That was long. 5.6K through a swamp.
Doing some Pilates or bud?
Oh, dude, I've been recording for well, 2 days of scouting and 4 days of hunting, I guess. And we're all feeling a little bit defeated. Just preparing for tomorrow, going through our gear, trying to get dry and all that stuff. No bulls today, no sightings today, just a couple grouse, but we'll get back out there tomorrow. We'll find ourselves a bull. We're driving today. Alright, we're taking a little easier day today. We're just gonna cruise around on the truck for a little while. See if we can maybe catch something on the road. Yesterday we all did a lot of bushwhacking and probably 15K worth of hiking or more. We've been up driving since 6 a.m. It's now 8:15 or so. We just saw a couple mule deer on the road. Couldn't tell if there was any bucks with them, but we were just kind of hoping a buck would follow the couple does we saw. We parked here for a while. Braden and I just hung out and cleaned up some grouse. We're gonna have for lunch. Cam walked down this way. met Joe. Joe actually slept here overnight. We'd wake up and just roll out and walk these roads, but no luck, I guess. But there is some fresh sign.
And a large cut. Say again the approximate distance. Over. Kevin, we're on our way to you now. Kev, have you found any blood? We just got on the radio with Kevin that he found himself a big bull moose. Thinks he's wounded it. So we're gonna head down this southern road and see if we can't link up with him and help him track it down, following the blood trail. You're going towards my truck, right? Joe, between you and me, that's a pretty deep ravine. I see it coming your way.
Track there.
Yeah. Two big trees kind of come over. Bolted through there. I hope I missed. Either a gut shot or a miss. But I don't see any blood.
He was standing right here, you think?
Go back further. But he ran. I shot him. He ran a little further. Shot again. And then
Did he stop at all?
And then he stopped. And he just slowly walked away.
So you didn't see any flinches or anything?
First shot, he like flinched and like stumbled. Shot him here. I ran up here, came back in, and then he wandered past here. So I couldn't see him anymore. I thought he'd gone. So I slowly walk in. And as soon as I break through roughly here, he's just on the other side of this, just like 40 meters there. Books it that way. So he's either hiding in here or somewhere in here.
Do we want to like send people up this road and then walk around in case we
Yeah,
bump them or
You
something?
guys go up the road. I want to go through here.
Nobody's found any blood yet. It was a very far shot, so it's a possibility. Just a complete miss. Branches broke like today or yesterday. That was a pretty far shot. There's a chance he missed that bull altogether. He even got a second chance, and it sounds like he missed too. His rifle must just be off or something. I know Kevin's a good shot, so I think it's a full miss. We didn't find any blood. Joe's been searching for blood on the initial spot, and we followed the trail pretty good, and we could see clear tracks of the way he went and everything, but no blood anywhere. So he might have slipped away. Maybe we'll gotta go sight Kevin's gun in. Looks like a black bear to me, but he's beautiful, man. What a coat on that thing.
Oh, I can take him.
He's pretty small too.
Yeah.
Little guy, little brown one. Beautiful coloring on him. Look at the coat on him. He's just little.
Hey, young fella. Hey, young fella. Go on.
All right, back to camp. I had to park my car because I'm getting really low on fuel. Already poured jerry cans into it. So I'm just having a quick snack. And I'm gonna go with Joe or Braden, I think, and find somewhere to sit for the night. Braden's truck had problems starting. Cam's actually riding in the box back there. We're gonna go up a mountain. I think we'll all kind of walk different directions from there. Just glass and call. I'm gonna walk down this road. We drove it way earlier today, but I think I'm gonna walk it now and just glass up all the cuts along the way. Hopefully nobody drives by me and ruins my time. But that's the unfortunate thing about walking a road that's drivable by a truck. Well, I found Kevin's truck. It's beautiful up here. I think I just heard Kevin's moose call somewhere over there. So I might head over there a little ways, see if I can't find him, see what's up. You see Kevin? He's on top of that little mountain right there. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Thanks. go fast just because I want to try to cover some ground. Well, I think that's going to be it for tonight. The sun has set about 30 minutes ago or so. It's going to happen one of these days. Today was the closest we've come to getting a moose. We think maybe Kevin's gun's got to be off or something. My rod is here.
In the cut on the right side of this road?
No, we went straight up. We took the left.
It's Monday morning. It's now about 8 o'clock. We started driving around 6 this morning. Braden just picked up a grouse on our way out of this spur. We try not to shoot him on the way in. That way we don't scare the moose too much. We're slowly just hitting spurs on our way to town. We got to go in and get fuel and supplies. There's a deer on the road, but we're in basically private land. I mean, the road is public, obviously. Down in the bottom of the marsh here. You can see way down into the marsh, and there's a big lake down there. Another big glassing spot here. We did find a moose kill down there. I think that was probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I think, when that one was killed. Alright, back at camp just for a sec. I just dropped Braden off. He was having some issues with his truck, so we wanted to make sure he could get his truck working. And it's running now. And Joe's gonna go solo. I'm also gonna go solo, spread out, cover more ground. I'm heading up a mountain to Glass, I think. Throw a couple snacks in my fanny pack here. No backpack today. Those grouse, man, they give you a heart attack every time. It's now about 4 in the afternoon. Wind's going that way. That means all this is fair game, I think. And even some of that. I'm gonna go up to this ridge, see what I can see. Kevin and I glassed over there last night. I'm just in a little bit of a different spot, get a little bit different of a perspective here. I'm just gonna probably sit here and do some calling, see if I can get something. There's this little marshy swamp area down there, so maybe something's bedded in there and we'll come out. I'm just gonna go nuts on this hill with my binoculars and see if I can find something. Been glassing this hillside for an hour now. Still nothing. Not my best call, but it'll work. I've been glassing for too long. I'm gonna move on. It's just dead. There's nothing at all. I'm thinking about maybe walking into the wind that way, heading up that road and then across and looking to see what's over that ridge right there. Some tracks here. It's hard to tell with these tracks really how old they are. We drove in here yesterday, so I know if it's over our tire tracks, it's probably new. There's nothing really to see over here either. Nice view, I guess, but nothing really to glass. The only chance I got here is bumping something out of its bed. The psychological part of not seeing wildlife is something people don't really talk about. We've been out here for over 9 days now. It's day 9.
We're just leaving the moose crossing where my camera was. There's nothing on my camera. Any luck?
Nothing at all, man. Quiet, quiet, quiet. going through like psychological torture, man. I was wondering where you were. In this way, just saw him. Braden, you there? He's like probably like 100 feet from my truck, coming towards you. He's in that between the tall trees and the road. Okay, I have no visual. Stand by for now. Roger. He's coming your way.
Matt, I see him.
Roger. Okay, hold on, I'm at my truck.
Just went through the ravine.
You went around the ravine.
Just went through it.
It's going that way.
Just on the other side.
Just try calling him.
2 days in a row, same spot.
Yeah, me and you are coming back here tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that was pretty exciting. Got to finally see a bull. So ended up going back up to that rock at just the last little bit of light. And then I was on the phone with Sarah. And I hung up the phone because I saw the bull. And I radioed to Braden that's coming right for him, but just to let him know to be quiet. And then I tried to get down that hill as fast as possible, but he slipped into the ravine. I think this is the same bull Kevin was shooting at yesterday. I probably could have taken the shot from that rock, but I wanted to close the distance, so just to make sure we can make this happen. And he dipped in there where we couldn't see him. He might have smelled us and just got a little bit scared, but I think we know where he lives now, and I think a couple of us will come back here tomorrow, and we're gonna figure out what's going on with this bull, and we'll hopefully harvest this bull by this time tomorrow night. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, 6:30 in the morning, day 11. We're back up where we saw the bull last night. And the plan today is to sit here for 12 hours or until we shoot that moose. Cam's moving in down there. We have good wind. Really consistent wind up here. So that helps us a lot. Alright, so we're back up on the rock here where we saw the bull from last night. So probably didn't get very good footage because I was in a bit of a panic and last light. But bull came out just down here. Tried to close the distance, get down lower. That's about 300 plus yards. Braden was actually down here just beyond this bush, but Braden can't shoot. He's not part of our LEH. So I radioed him, let him know the bull was coming his way and just to hold still. And then I tried to get down over here somewhere, hoping to catch a glimpse of it through that cut. And then instead I realized that as soon as you drop down here, you have no more visual, and the bull was moving from left to right behind those trees there. So then I cut back over to the road and tried to hustle down the road as fast as possible. The roads are pretty quiet because they're all muddy. They don't really make that much noise, so I was basically like running down the road trying to catch up to this bull. And it was rounding around those tall trees, and then eventually Braden just watched it cross in front of him at like 40 yards. But I think it smelled him or saw him, whatever it was, and it just kind of booked it down the hill. So it moved way down, and there's a ravine down there, and it kind of got into that ravine, and then that was the last we ever saw of it. It was pretty dark, so yeah. All right, so the plan today is we've got 3 positions. We're looking sort of southwest from here right now, and this is going to be probably the easternmost position. And then I'll go over up on this ridge here, looking down, and Cam's further down the road where he can see into this cut that's like in here. So we think this bull travels between, there's a marsh where these tall trees are, and another marsh down the hill beyond those trees, and there's a ravine between them. And we think he travels back and forth between those 2 marshes along that ravine. So we're gonna sit here for as long as it takes to see this bull again. The sun is just rising. Might see if I can get a nice time lapse. So here's the deal. Kevin's set up on this rock over here where I just was. I'm in the middle position and Cam's down there. This will be a mentally taxing day, sitting here all day. So the wind got pretty crazy. It's kind of raining sideways up here. But I'm just hunkered into this root fall for now, just trying to wait for this storm to pass. But hopefully this won't be too long. Alright, I think the storm is mostly past now. I'm back to my little perch, looking out. It's pretty chilly today. My feet are cold from just sitting, so I've been trying to pace around a little bit and started building myself a little rock wall. Stay warm. Hopefully it works. Been posted up here for almost 8 hours now. Just glassing away, trying to see if we can get to see this bull. I'm slowly working on my rock wall here. I got a heavy wind coming through this way. Well, unfortunately, a truck just drove through here. It's, I think, a forestry vehicle. Looks like they drove up the road behind Kevin. Just past 2 o'clock now. They'll probably be done by like 4 or 5 and then be out of here. So maybe we'll get that last little hour, but I don't know. I'm just hoping it doesn't disturb anything we might see, you know. 5 p.m. Still glassing away. 6:51 is when he came out, so it's like 20 minutes after sunset. That leaves a very short window to make a shot. Probably something like 10 minutes before it's too dark. Final hour. It's now or never. Come on out, moose. Running out of light here. Did a couple calls. That's been a long day. 13 hours up here glassing. I gotta walk down this mountain back to the car in the dark. That was mentally taxing.
Did you see the moose and yell at it to run away?
Alright, I'm eating it. Screw it. If I die, I die. It's about 7 a.m. driving north. Joe didn't come back last night. I have a funny feeling I know where he's probably camped. Hopefully not broken down, so we're gonna head that way just to ensure that he's all right. We had a bit of a slower start this morning. It was pretty cold and we were all a bit defeated from the 13-hour glassing session without seeing a single thing except maybe a chipmunk and a squirrel. But today we're driving a little bit and I think we're just gonna wing it. We just spotted a bull moose through these trees. I had a very brief window of it walking away. I tried a couple cow calls, see if I could get it to walk back. Kinda just sauntered. It's right there, I just saw it. There it is. I'm looking at its rear quarter right now. Still standing. Where do you see him? Is he down? Keep your eyes on him. Just gonna put a couple more rounds in. Let's go. Safety's on. Nice spot, by the way, Cam. I see him. I think so, right here. Give him a bit. Kevin, you on the net? Nice spot.
I told you, buddy, I got those eyes.
Just be careful. Yeah, we got a bull down here. Come up the main road, heading north.
So you shot a bull?
Yeah, bull shot. I'm standing 10 feet from him.
All right, I'm on my way back.
Oh man, it's like a weird moment of like odd happiness, but you're killing something, you know. It's just weird. I feel like crying right now. It's kind of sad. 12 days of this, I'm shaking. It's a big boy. Not a huge rock on him, but be some good meat. Open up the vacuum sealed.
We have a reason to open it, buddy.
Black bear. Nope. Woo-hoo. Not that one. Moose. Good, back to the truck. It's just through those bushes up there. I've already been in touch with Kevin on the radios. He's gonna get Braden and we're gonna figure out how to get this thing out of here. Luckily, I think there's a road right here. It's only about 100 yards away, so not too bad. I don't think we'll be able to drive in here. It's a little bit too ruddy. Yeah, so we're gonna go grab our kill kits, fill out the rest of my limited entry hunt paperwork. Now the work starts. We got a lot of work ahead of us. I didn't know. He just told me it was with a cow too. Yeah. Didn't even know.
Is it over here?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a big day ahead of us. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to work on his right quarter now. Cam's been doing all the heavy lifting, holding up the quarters as we cut. This one worked out pretty good. Got it right into the bag, not touching any dirt or anything. Might be able to put it up on one of these sticks or something. Get air circulation on it. Okay, got her there. Second.
Tides. Oh, there you go. We're through. Yeah, that's it. That's one.
It's now 12:51. We shot this thing at 7:20 and we're just basically done. Man, it's a lot of work. I'm exhausted. And luckily the road is only about 90 meters away or so. Here, all 5 of us are here. So Braden's hauling the last bag of meat. We got the 4 quarters in big game bags, and then we got neck scraps and back straps each in a game bag. So we got quite a few game bags going. Mandatory to keep the antlers on compulsory inspection for BC, so we just cut a little V and kept the skull cap. No Euro mounts here. All right, back at camp. It's now about just over 1, maybe 1:30, something like that. We got all the meat up. Each quarter weighs over 100 pounds probably, these quarters. And then this is all like back straps, neck, ribs. Took the ribs off whole with bones and everything. 2 more quarters, front and back. It's all hanging up. We'll probably get a tarp over this just for the rain tonight. All right, we got the moose all hung up and had some lunch. Joe's already out hunting still, so we're gonna head probably the direction Joe is and see if he hasn't found something already, or if we can't give him a hand find something. The big ravine we were watching yesterday, this is where it ends up. So we thought we'd come down here and have a look. Yeah, I can't shoot it anymore because I tagged out. However, I'm carrying my rifle because mule deer. Something's definitely been here. Looks like a pretty decent bed right here. Sure something beds in this marsh. Another one there. Beds all over the place here. And so this is where Kevin shot at him a couple of days ago, between, and then it pushed him up into that marsh. And then the following night I saw him come out of the marsh, and then he got bumped down this way. We just heard from on radio that Joe's onto a moose, and he's just down the road from us, so we're kind of working our way there carefully, making sure we don't blow him out or anything. So we're about a K away from where Joe saw the moose. Joe's trying to get in position. He's lost sight of the moose. Joe is up on this rock here, way up there. He saw a bull somewhere around here, and then he moseyed its way off behind these trees. So we're losing light quick here, but he's just gonna walk a little farther. We've tried a couple calls, no response. He said it was grunting pretty good as I walked away. It's probably the same bull that's already slipped us twice. Now 3 times maybe. All right, we're calling it off, and we're marching back to the truck and heading back to camp. See you tomorrow.
We get another bear or a deer in there.
Make sure the rifles are loaded.
Packing up all the moose. We got a commercial fish tote here. We put it all in. We're gonna hit town, throw ice all over the top of this. All down off the game pole. We're packed to the max here. Got a little more than we came with because I had Kevin hauling my big tent, canvas tent, but now he's got the fish tote, so barely been down here in the day. Pretty beautiful in the morning. We've been out before sunrise, so sunrise coming up over the lake, a little bit of fog, pretty sweet. Saying goodbye to our camp. Braden and Joe are staying. Braden's truck's still broken, so he's got to find a solution for that. Joe's gonna hunt maybe a day or 2 more. He's gonna be in for a lot of work if he gets a moose, but Cam, Kevin, and I got to get back, unfortunately. We just picked up Kevin's trail cam on our way out. Of course, there's a giant bull on it. This is going to be the end of this adventure, I think. We've got a long drive ahead of us, probably 8 hours, a couple hours out of the bush, and then about a 7-hour drive to the ferry, 1.5-hour ferry, and then back home. But it's been crazy. It took us, we're on day 13. We shot that moose yesterday, day 12. So we're on to our 13th day here. It's been wild, but we got to get back, get this meat taken care of. See you later.